Good morning, America. Deadly stabbing attack. The search for a suspect who went on a rampage at a festival in Germany. At least 3 people killed. Special forces surrounding the area. The latest from authorities this morning.
A Kennedy in his corner. RFK Jr. suspends his independent presidential campaign, turning from foe to friend to endorse Donald Trump.
We don't agree on everything, but on the values and the issues that bind us together.
What it could mean for the state of the race. Political analysis just ahead.
Deadly home explosion. A house blown to bits in the early morning hours. The blast felt miles away.
I saw debris coming down from the sky like fireworks.
The investigation now into what set it off.
Breaking overnight, a manslaughter investigation opened into the sinking of that luxury yacht off Sicily. Search and rescue teams recovering the body of the final missing person.
COVID protection. How you can get more free COVID tests from the federal government. Plus, when the new vaccines will be available to fight the new variant.
Deals and destinations. Advice on planning a fall getaway. Cheaper airfares to lots of popular places where you can save to splurge on souvenirs.
And dueling in Dublin, FSU versus Georgia Tech, college game day heading overseas for the first time ever. ESPN's Desmond Howard joins us live to preview the start of the season.
Live from ABC News in New York, this is Good Morning America.
And good morning, America. Great to have you with us on a Saturday. It is Saturday, right?
Saturday. That's
like recalibrate and back in here. Great to have Mary at the desk with us once again.
It's been quite a week. Good to be here.
Yes, absolutely. We're going to lighten it up a little bit. We've got a lot to cover here this morning, including a preview of the games today in the Little League World Series with the kids of summer vying for a chance to take home the World Championship on Sunday.
Cannot wait for that. And also some good news this morning for home buyers as the Federal Reserve Chairman finally says it loud and clear. That's right. It is time to cut those interest rates from their 2-decade high. The expected move next month.
All right, some good news there, but we do begin here with the urgent search underway in Germany right now for a suspect in that knife attack at a diversity festival. ABC's Marcus Moore is there in Germany and joins us now with the latest. Good morning, Marcus.
Hi, Gio. It is a difficult day here in Solingen. That is the scene in the distance behind me. And we are in the town square, and ordinarily people would be able to walk around here and enjoy this annual festival. But this morning you can see the area is taped off, and overnight police were in the midst of an urgent manhunt. This morning, German officials searching for a suspect in the deadly stabbing spree at a festival in the city of Solingen. It happened around 9:30 Friday night. A man went on a rampage, attacking people at random with a knife. Police say he killed at least 3 people and seriously injuring multiple others. The festivities organizers taking to the stage, warning people to keep calm as special forces rush to secure the area. Authorities working to determine a motive and to find the suspect who they believe acted alone. The attack canceling the 3-day Festival of Diversity, celebrating the city's 650th anniversary. The state's interior minister saying his thoughts and prayers are with the victims and their families, while Zolingen's mayor writing on Facebook, "Tears in my eyes when I think of those we have lost. I pray for all those who are still fighting for their lives." Right now, several people are still in the hospital recovering. Meanwhile, investigators are here at the scene continuing to process this area that goes on for several blocks here. And authorities had already been on high alert this summer over the risk of terror, but there has been no specific word on a motive for this attack. Mary.
Still so many questions there, Marcus. Thank you. And now to the latest in politics and the startling development in the 2024 presidential race. The son of Democratic icon Robert Kennedy suspending his independent campaign and endorsing Republican nominee Donald Trump. ABC White House correspondent MaryAlice Parks joins us now with more from Washington. MaryAlice, good morning.
Yeah, Mary, good morning. He comes from one of the most famous families in Democratic politics, but now independent candidate Robert F. Kennedy Jr., whose campaign has the last few months been marked by a few bizarre stories, says he is ending his campaign. He is backing former President Donald Trump. Overnight, a major endorsement and shakeup in the presidential race. Independent candidate Robert F. Kennedy Jr. taking the stage with Donald Trump.
I'm very pleased to welcome a man who has been an incredible champion for so many of these values that we all share, and we've shared them for a long time.
RFK endorsing the former president.
Don't you want a president who's going to protect America's freedoms?
And suspending his own campaign.
We don't agree on everything, but on the values and the issues that bind us together.
Telling supporters he will try to remove his name from the ballot in swing states where he could be a spoiler for Trump. In this extremely tight race, Kennedy's supporters could be a deciding factor. Our latest poll showing him at about 5%. The son of the late U.S. Senator Robert Kennedy and nephew of President John F. Kennedy, RFK was a Democrat himself for most of his life. His sister, Carrie Kennedy, telling our Elizabeth Schulze she loves her brother but abhors what he did.
Anybody who loves our family, who respects the work on civil rights, on civil liberties, know that Donald Trump is their enemy.
The Harris campaign reaching out to his voters in a statement saying, for any American out there who's tired of Donald Trump and is looking for a new way forward, ours is a campaign for you. Leaving Chicago, Vice President Kamala Harris sounding confident in her historic acceptance speech, taking on her opponent and arguing hers is the campaign looking to the future.
In many ways, Donald Trump is an unserious man. But the consequences of putting Donald Trump back in the White House are extremely serious.
Now, Democrats have tried to downplay the significance of this RFK endorsement, saying that he has long enjoyed the backing from some of the same donors that back Trump, that this was inevitable. You know, Trump, for his part, at one point called Kennedy the dumbest member of the Kennedy family, but yesterday said it was possible that he could have a role in any future Trump administration. Whip.
Another twist in this fascinating race. MaryAlice, thank you. We turn to the weather now and a late summer heat wave in the heart of the country. Let's get right to Samara Theodore tracking it all for us. Samara, good morning.
Good morning, Whit. Yeah, this is some historic heat we're talking about. Take a look at yesterday's high temperatures. Abilene, Texas coming in at 112 degrees, second hottest temperature of all time. They hit the first hottest on Wednesday at 113, and this record-breaking heat wave continues. But look how far north it's stretching. Fargo, good morning, under a heat advisory. Highs today up there could reach 90 degrees. Excessive heat warnings persist in places like Oklahoma. And the scorching heat anticipated to stick around, shift a little bit farther east as we head through the coming days. Omaha in the triple digits by Monday and Sunday. Oklahoma City remaining pretty hot there. Memphis 100 degrees by Tuesday. That's a look at the forecast. Back to you, Gio.
All right, Samara, thank you so much. And we're going to turn this morning now to major developments in the deadly shooting of a U.S. Airman. The former Florida deputy who shot and killed him has now been charged with manslaughter and could face decades in prison if convicted. ABC's Morgan Norwood joins us now with this story. Good morning, Morgan.
Good morning to you, Gio. Yeah, a disturbing case here. Eddie Duran fired weeks shortly after that body camera footage showed him shooting U.S. Senior Airman Roger Fortson just seconds after he opened his front door. Well, now prosecutors are weighing in, calling his actions negligent. And this morning, his family says those charges long overdue. This morning, the former Florida deputy who shot and killed U.S. Senior Airman Roger Fortson, now charged with manslaughter with a firearm. The Florida state attorney issuing a warrant for former Deputy Eddie Duran, who was fired from the Okaloosa County Sheriff's Department after their investigation found his use of force was not objectively reasonable. According to court documents, prosecutors alleged Duran acted with culpable negligence when he gunned down Fortson inside his Fort Walton Beach home on May 3rd. Body camera video showing that disturbing incident. Duran showing up at Fortson's apartment after getting a call about a domestic disturbance.
Sheriff's office, open the door!
Fortson opens up the door with a gun in hand, but it's pointed down and not at the deputy. Yet seconds later, Duran fires several shots, striking Fortson in the chest and arm. Fortson later dying at the hospital. For months, Fortson's family had been calling on prosecutors to bring charges against former Deputy Duran.
Tell the truth about my son. I know my son did not do anything to you guys.
And this morning, civil rights attorney Ben Crump issuing a statement on behalf of the Fortson family, writing, "This decision marks the first step towards justice," adding, "Let this be a reminder to law enforcement officers everywhere that they swore a solemn oath to protect and defend, and their actions have consequences, especially when it results in the loss of life."
And the Okaloosa County Sheriff's Office in a statement saying it wishes Fortson's family comfort and peace as this case proceeds. If convicted, Duran faces up to 30 years in state prison. ABC News, we've reached out to his attorney for comment, and we've not yet heard back. Mary?
Okay, Morgan, thank you. A former Memphis police officer is changing his plea this morning to guilty in the deadly beating of Tyree Nichols. Emmett Martin entered a guilty plea on charges of using excessive force and witness tampering in federal court as part of a deal with prosecutors. Martin is the second former officer to plead guilty in the case ahead of next month's federal trial.
Mary, now to the new fallout from the assassination attempt on former President Donald Trump last month. The Secret Service putting several agents on administrative duty. ABC's Chief Justice correspondent Pierre Thomas has more.
This morning, at least 5 Secret Service agents now on administrative duty after the failed assassination attempt on former President Trump. This as the investigation intensifies into whether they played a role in the failures that led to the incident.
Take a look at what happened.
Sources telling ABC News those agents were involved in the planning of the rally in Butler, Pennsylvania. They are now no longer allowed to work on protection of any candidates. The move coming nearly 6 weeks after Thomas Matthew Crooks, seen here, opened fire, killing 1 man and wounding 3 others, including the former president. And this morning, the Butler County District Attorney telling ABC News that local police offered their radios to the Secret Service during the rally, but the agents never used them. A preliminary congressional report claiming agents never even picked them up.
Yeah, look, there he is.
Critical seconds wasted.
Officer.
The Secret Service never hearing the radio traffic that may have allowed them to quickly remove Trump from the stage before shots were fired.
Yeah, he's laying down, prone out, book bag next to him.
Acting Secret Service Director Ronald Rowe acknowledging agents did not hear that crucial radio traffic.
There was clearly radio transmissions that may have happened on that local radio net that we did not have.
And this morning, the Speaker of the House saying placing the agents on administrative duty is a first step, but, quote, nowhere near enough. He vowed congressional investigations into the failures will continue. Guys?
All right, Pierre, thank you for your reporting. And we're going to turn now to an investigation underway this morning into the massive explosion that rocked a Missouri neighborhood, flattening a house, killing 2 people inside. ABC's Jaclyn Lee is here now with the latest. Good morning, Jaclyn.
Gio, good morning. The explosion was devastating. Neighbors concerned for their own safety, and local officials say they've never seen anything quite like it.
This morning, a devastating explosion leveling a Missouri home, hurling debris thousands of feet, and ultimately killing 2 people Friday.
We do have a totally demolished explosion from a house here. We do have a fire.
First responders rushing to the scene in Excelsior Springs, less than 30 miles northeast of Kansas City. Neighbors woken up by the powerful shock wave.
The bed came up, and then we ran to the window because our window faces this way, and I saw debris coming down from the sky like fireworks.
The explosion so powerful it blew open the doors of neighbors' houses. The blast heard and felt for miles. Investigators and canine units scouring the debris field, making the gruesome discovery of 2 bodies and a dog, all believed to have been killed by the explosion.
Right now, it looks like a really tragic accident. I mean, to see nothing left of a house, just scattered debris everywhere is pretty shocking, and especially when you know that, at 4:30 in the morning, someone's probably sleeping in that house.
Officials confirm there has been a gas leak in the neighborhood, but say they are still investigating the cause of the explosion. The identities of the victims have not yet been released.
Officials confirm the house used propane for its energy source with no evidence of foul play. No one else was injured, but some neighbors reported damages to their homes. Mary?
Just a devastating scene. Jaclyn, thank you. Now to the resumption of free federal at-home COVID tests and the latest on those updated vaccines as fall approaches. ABC's M. Wynn has more. M, good morning.
Hey, Mary, good morning. Yeah, amid a wave of COVID-19 infections this summer, and as families start staying indoors more this fall, the Biden administration is restarting its free at-home COVID-19 tests. Now, this program, it's the 3rd year in a row that families can order up to 4 tests per household through the website covidtests.gov. Now, the federal government is set to relaunch the site again at the end of September. Since the program began, it has sent out more than 1.8 billion COVID COVID tests. Now, this comes as the FDA announced it has authorized updated COVID vaccines of both Moderna and Pfizer-BioNTech to better protect against currently circulating variants. The CDC said last week it estimates that COVID-19 cases are growing or likely growing in more than half the states. However, hospitalizations and deaths remain relatively low compared to past waves. And the agency previously recommended for everyone over the age of 6 months to get an updated vaccine. And the new vaccine doses are expected to roll out starting in September. And of course, you can contact your healthcare provider or local pharmacy to see how you and your loved ones can get this shot. Whit.
All right, and Wynn Forrest, thank you so much. We appreciate it. Some encouraging news on the economy this morning, especially for anyone interested in borrowing money. The Federal Reserve now poised to cut interest rates in its next meeting, sending stocks surging on Wall Street. ABC's Alexis Christoforous is here with the details. This is big news, Alexis.
Big news and welcome news. Thanks, Whit. Stocks rallied to near record highs after Fed Chair Jerome Powell gave his strongest signal yet that interest rate cuts are coming soon. The Dow shot up more than 460 points, while the Nasdaq climbed nearly 260. During his speech at the Fed's annual conference in Jackson Hole, Wyoming, Powell said the time has come for rate cuts. And while he didn't declare victory over inflation just yet, Powell did say he's confident inflation will reach the Fed's 2% target as the job market cools off. Now, Wall Street's betting the Fed will cut rates for the first time in 4 years at its September meeting and possibly again at its meetings in November and December. The question is, by how much? A quarter point or a half point? Whatever the case, economists agree it will take more than one rate cut for consumers to feel relief in their wallets. Years of Fed rate hikes meant to tame inflation, lifted rates on credit cards and auto loans to record highs, and doubled mortgage rates for millions of home buyers. A series of rate cuts would make borrowing money cheaper and give the housing market a much-needed boost and make taking out a new mortgage for potential home buyers much more attractive. Gio?
All right, Alexis, thank you so much. We're going to turn now to a looming strike by railroad workers in Canada. One of the unions issued a strike notice just hours after the freight trains resumed operations following a brief lockout. Negotiations are expected throughout the weekend. A strike could severely impact both the U.S. and Canadian supply chain. So that's something we really have to watch out for here.